O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson.
Oh, give me 518 down, man. Oh.
You gave me too pretty a shot. I couldn't pass it up.
CVA 50 caliber MR.
CVA nitride muzzle loader.
O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson is presented each week by CVA. It's just a better gun.
Hello again, everyone. I'm O'Neill Williams, and welcome to our program. Spring turkey hunting. What a pleasure. What excitement. And then when you add Milton crabapple to the mix, oh my goodness, it can be a very, very social, interesting, and well, you'll get to see it today on O'Neill Outside. Milton crabapple turkey hunting. This is one of the places that I'm going to bring Milton to this afternoon. Historically, a la Tom Kelly, and you know him, you need to know the lay of the land. And I've been to this place many, many times and taken several birds in this area. It's a high spot, falls off into some hardwoods in every direction. There's a creek down there. They'll roost up there in the afternoon. And there's all kind of sign. The scratching's all out in here. And as a matter of fact, coming in, I saw 4 on the way, midday. But I'm gonna build a blind. Now, you have to remember, one of the great ways to turkey hunt is to run and gun. Call, listen, take off. But when you've got one cameraman or even 2 cameramen, you can't do that. So I'm gonna put up a blind, but there's more to it than just popping it up, and I'll show you. We have to put the blind back off of the little food plot place here. But that breaks it up a little bit. And so the cameraman can move. I'm gonna sit Milton inside that spot right there. So he's covered from 3 directions and the cameraman can still see him. How you think that looks? That's okay, isn't it? We'll see.
O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson, brought to you by Conus Optics, the Whitetail Institute of North America, Bill Jordan's Realtree Camo, the Furminator, Enforcer Fire Aid 2000, Bojangles, and your local Toyota dealer.
Now, when we get to the stand, I've got this all picked out for you. I think you're gonna like it.
Well, I hope I do.
Yeah, well, yeah, I wanna introduce Milton to everyone. He's a hunting buddy of mine, friend, Milton Crabapple, sheriff of Crabapple, Georgia. And I want you to show everyone your choice of gear, and we'll compare it to mine, because he's up against something that's really formidable to use this.
Well, now
What
this
is this
This
now?
is my rifle. This is a full stock Southern Mountain rifle,
Okay.
50 caliber flintlock,
Mm-hmm.
flintlock rifle. See, that's a piece of a toothpick I keep there to keep the touch hole from getting clogged up.
Oh, I see.
But what you do is of course, I got it loaded now with
Yeah.
this is what I use. That's a round lead ball,
50 caliber?
50 caliber,
Okay.
round piece of cloth. You just put that cloth over the end, you put that ball on top of it, and you ram it down in there.
Okay.
Now what I do, I got a speed loader.
Mm-hmm.
See, I got 5 of them already pre-patched in this
Okay.
thing. So if I need a good second shot, I just lay this thing up on the top, and I take my ball starter, and I just ram it down in there.
Okay.
So I got in like 5 quick shots. Well, now this is a flintlock, and the way that works is, this is called the frizzing pan. That little hole up in there is called the touch hole. So what you do is you put a couple of grains, I ain't actually pouring it now, but a couple of grains of powder in that frizzing pan. You close the striker plate. Now when you cock the rifle, when you fire it, that hammer comes down and strikes that pan striker plate. It throws a spark down into the frizzing pan. It ignites that powder. It blows up and goes up into that hole, touches off the main charge. That's why when you hear a flintlock go off, it kind of goes.
And you hunt turkeys, deer, hogs,
Squirrels.
everything with this.
Everything with it, yes, sir.
Now, it's quite a bit different. I want to show everybody by way of comparison. Here's my modern CVA muzzleloader. It's in line. So all I do is put the primer right there, load it much like you did, and it's ready.
Now
I'm not loaded right now.
You use some kind of that psychedelic powder or something, don't you?
I use these little Hodgdon pellets. See there?
Yes, sir.
There's my primer, and there's my bullet. So it's larger than yours is. What's your range with this?
Well, I'd say my effective range these days is about 100 yards. Now, when I was in my prime with my vision now,
I see.
I could pick him off a lot further than that, but I can't do that much anymore because my eyes are not as good as they used to be.
I see. Well, it's same here. But in the state of Georgia, I can hunt with a scope on my rifle. But in any case, I know what you're thinking about there. We don't pick them off at 100 yards for turkeys. It's 20 or 30 yards.
20 or 30 yards, that's all you need.
That's the hunt. That's the hunt.
Half of the fun of it's getting close.
I've got it all picked out. And I think, oh, I'm going to jinx us, aren't I? It's a good place for turkeys. Let's get on over there.
And you know what happened the last time we went turkey hunting?
What?
There was 2 gobblers coming down the draw, and I just had done set my hair trigger, and I was just getting ready to touch them off, and all of a sudden they threw them heads up and them things took off. And I said, now I wonder what in tarnation them things saw. They didn't see me, they didn't see nothing. I looked up through the woods, and there about 40 yards behind me was O'Neill saying, "Seen anything?"
And that's
I
true.
seen something all right.
Yeah, he's all right.
My
Well,
golly, them was 2
we're going to
big
get in there to
turkeys,
the
too.
stand and put you in there for the afternoon, and we'll check it out.
Let's go check it out.
Interesting gun, huh? Let's take a break from the show for a moment because this is important. If you own a dock or a boathouse or another shoreline structure, listen up because this could save someone's life. There have been far too many electric shock drownings, but simple precautions can keep that from happening. Recalling now that water is a conductor of electricity, then you need to make sure the power supply is operating properly, it's installed properly, it's maintained and inspected from time to time by a licensed electrician. Here are a few tips from Georgia Power. Make sure your electrical system meets all electrical safety codes for installations near water, is in good working order, and is maintained by a licensed electrician. Ground fault circuit interrupters approved for outdoor use should be installed and tested monthly to ensure they are functioning properly. All wiring should be underground or in approved conduits. Never ever use household cords near water. Submersible pumps too are not designed for use where swimmers may be present. If you're swimming and you feel a shock, I'd get out of the water if I were you, but I wouldn't use a metal ladder. But if you swim closer to the dock and you feel more shock, go in the other direction. What do you think about that? Important too is to let everyone know in the family or other people who use the dock all about this. This should not be a mystery. Finally, enjoy Georgia's waters and go to georgiapower.com and learn more.
Milton settled into his ground blind mid-afternoon. Based on prior sightings, we all felt good about hunting in this location. Milton called sparingly. And before too long, we heard a couple of distant gobbles in response. Later, a lone tom wandered into an adjoining food plot. He was 150 yards or more away. Milton was facing away from the bird and called to try to bring him in closer. It didn't work though, and this hunt day ended with no chance for a shot. The next morning, Milton returned to the same spot because we knew the turkeys were roosting nearby. And it wasn't long before a group of 6 toms came back into that larger food plot, the same place the single gobbler had been the afternoon before. But those birds just would not come any closer. Maybe it was time to rethink our strategy.
Let me bring you up to date just a little bit. We hunted yesterday afternoon, Milton and I did, and we had just birds just all over us. Just couldn't quite get it done. Went back there this morning, and 6 gobblers were at about 180 yards. So we have decided to change for this afternoon. Yesterday, without a doubt, and this morning, you probably heard him calling on a very unusual homemade call. And you've probably wondered, what is it? So show us this.
Well, this is made out of a box turtle shell. You see these in the woods all over the place. And I found a piece of slate, and I just glued it into the bottom of this box turtle shell. Now, I took me a piece of hickory, and I just whittled it down.
Okay.
Kind of hollered out the end of it there. Now, that's a turkey call.
Okay, let's hear
Now,
it.
it ain't for loud locating, but it's
This
for
is
that
soft.
real soft work up close.
All right, let me hear it. Oh, I heard that. I noticed that yesterday afternoon and this morning. Yesterday, I heard some responses to that. Or was that this morning?
Well, now,
When you were doing that real light, they could hear it.
now I do this sometimes in the house and get some responses from my crabapple too.
We're going back in the woods now before we get started. Come on. I get asked often via email about hunting with a muzzleloader in the rain. I guess I'm as qualified as anybody because rain or shine, that's all I use is a CVA muzzleloader. Here's a simple answer to your question. Use a toy balloon or cut the finger off of a latex glove and put it over the barrel. It keeps the barrel dry, it won't affect the shot, and you'll be successful. And that is your CONUS hunting tip of the week.
We have more with O'Neill and Travis, but first, let's thank these sponsors. QDMA, the Quality Deer Management Association. Georgia Power. Timbuktu Outdoors. Year One. The Georgia Department of Economic Development. Boat US. And Tough Shed. Now, let's join O'Neill for some flavorful cooking with Swaggerty Farm Sausage.
It's not for nothing that we call this spot flavorful cooking with Swaggerty's. On the grill, fully cooked, is some cubed turkey, chopped turkey, and some Swaggerty sausage, a pound of Swaggerty sausage. Let me get my mitt here so I don't hurt myself. This is orzo, it's pasta, okay? Put in the turkey and the sausage. Then mix celery, cream of celery, I forgot what this is. Anybody know? Cream of mushroom soup. nice to have somebody to help you out with this. Mix this up. When I went to buy groceries the other day, Gail said get 8 ounces of pasta. I found an 8-ounce box of pasta. It's orzo. I think you can use just about anything you want, but I got chastised for not knowing that I could have used spaghetti or linguine or anything else. Now this is going to be a casserole like you've not had before. Swaggerty sausage, turkey, and all these other things. Casserole. Cover it. Cover it all with some cheese. And if a little bit of cheese is good, a lot of cheese is probably better. It won't take long because the turkey and the Swaggerty sausage is already cooked. Put it on the grill, 30 minutes at 350, and then you and I can taste it together. Swaggerty's sausage and turkey breast casserole. I know you want to give this a try, and you can. Go to o'neilloutside.com, or better yet, swaggertys.com. You'll find the recipe there. Time for the CVA guest book this week from Jason Brookshire, and he lives in Dalton, Georgia. And Jason wants to know what else can he put in his food plots other than clover to attract deer to where his stand is. The best thing for you to do, Jason, is to go to whitetailedinstitute.com. Loads of information. A real human will answer the phone, and they will give you the rundown there for everything that you should put in the food plot that will last the longest, that will be flourishing the longest throughout the year, because you want deer to be there all year long. The Whitetail Institute. If you'd like to be awarded a CVA muzzleloader, go to o'neilloutside.com, the CVA guest book. If we use your comment or your question on the air, well, they'll send you the muzzleloader. How about that? Milton and I worked hard on these hunts, that's for sure, we always do, but we just couldn't quite get them close enough. Maybe that's happened to you. But of course, Travis was on the same property, and let's take a look and see what he did. He's a little bit luckier.
Well, in the afternoons, these turkeys, they like to, they get with the hens in the morning after they're done with the hens. And a lot of times they'll get off by themselves, get in little bachelor groups, especially later in the season. And here it is, almost the end of April. So what I like to do, I like turkeys gobbling at me. I don't want them, I don't want to sit there and wait on one to come by. I want him to gobble, I want him to come in. So I walk around, mouth call, slate call, glass call, whatever, and cover a lot of ground and find that bird that's hot and it's gobbling and wanting to work. To be honest with you, I'd rather not kill a turkey doing this than sit in a blind and kill one every time I go out. So we're gonna see there's a real good creek bottom off in this direction. I called from back up the hill to see if there was anything in this food plot, and nothing answered. Getting this edge of this creek bottom right here, I know for years and years there've been birds that use this whole field, so I'm gonna slip down here and see if we can't make something happen.
Travis was working his way down to the bottom, called once, got an immediate response, and sat down right there.
Got him! Man, that bird gobbled at me twice. He gobbled way up this ridge right here. Hold on. That's why I tell you, that's why I shoot these 65. Excuse me. That's why I shoot these Longbeard number 5s. Because that was a 60 or 65 yard shot. Hold on, let me go get him before he flops off. Check it out. A Georgia Eastern Wild Turkey. Right there. Look at that, let's get that fan out there. Look at that. Full grown, 3-year-old bird or better. CVA Apex with a Conus red dot scope. Using 3.5 inch. This gun will shoot 3.5 inch. Using 3.5 inch Longbeard XRs. And man, I tell you what, at 60 yards, this bird just hit the ground and it was over. He got to where he looked like he was fixing to get out of there. Man, I gotta show you these. Hold on, let me lay this gun down. Let me lay that gun down, look at that. Look at those spurs right there. Oh yeah, he's got good hooks on him. Where's the beard? Let's check out the beard. Check out the beard. Oh yeah, good beard. That is a good 3-year-old East Georgia Eastern Wild Turkey right there. And I'm proud of him.